All right. This is the Arrow Podcast. I'm Michael Chaos. Few things today. Marquise Brown, aka Hollywood Brown. That's right. Signed to KC, 1-year deal. Also, we'll go over, is Ljarius Sneed remaining in Kansas City? Let's jump in.
Red and gold. Red and gold. Red and gold.
All right, the Arrow Podcast. Like, subscribe, comment, hit that notification bell. You guys know the spiel by now. Help me help you. You guys should know the slogan. All right, fellas, let's jump right into this thing. I also got a segment for you guys today. Hollywood Brown. That's right, Marquise Brown. Google him. 4.2 speed. 4.2 on his pro day he ran. So we just signed him in Kansas City. 1-year deal, up to $11 million. I believe the base is $7 million, which is a steal. I'm ecstatic. I think this offense is I think he's going to stretch the field like MVS should have been doing. I believe he had his career drop rate is very low. I think it's like 2 to 3% over his entire career. Considering our issues with the drops, fellers and fellettes. That's right. So that's good, Golden. Also, he's very twitchy, man. Unlike McCole Hardman, in my opinion, has flat speed, straight speed. He's not a real twitchy, quick guy. Hollywood Brown is quick. Closest thing we have had, the closest thing to come to Tyreek Hill. So that's definitely a big step in the right direction. Let's go. I still think we draft a receiver in the first round, considering he's only on a 1-year deal. He's also fairly young. We'll see how that turns out. I think it's going to be a golden ticket. I do think that he is going to have 900 to 1,000 yards, and I'm going to tell you here on the Arrow Podcast that right now. So, guys, good signing. I seen it coming. I believe there was reports. I was getting destroyed at work, so I couldn't drop a video as fast as I wanted to, but there was reports that he was spotted in Kansas City. So I did see that coming, and this was about 3 days prior to him signing. So awesome, excited. I think it's going to be fun to watch my boys again, because the offense was, at times, it was pretty brutal to watch. Even though we still went back to back and won the Super Bowl. Yeah. So, once again, I think that's a big deal, guys. Big deal. A lot of people probably don't necessarily know who he is. I mean, he's not that popular, and that is considering he was on the Cardinals with, I don't even know who the Cardinals quarterback was while Kyler Murray was injured, because I believe Kyler Murray came back like week 10 or later. So, yeah. And I believe he still racked up 600 yards or something like that. He still has some pretty good stats. So, like I said before, guys, I'm excited about that signing and look forward to seeing my boy in red. That's right. So, moving on to Ljarius Sneed. Guys, I said this before, and you can backtrack, and I believe I said it before anybody else. And you can go look at my video and look at the date that the video was posted. That I believed how everything was shaping, and this was before Chris Jones signed and everything, right? Like I said, go back and check my videos. I believe Ljarius Sneed is going to remain in Kansas City. Now, I'm not 100% yet, but there are reports starting to come out that the winds are blowing in the direction of Ljarius Sneed playing on the franchise tag. Now, I had a feeling that he would play on the franchise tag because we all knew that the restructure of, by the way, Patrick Mahomes restructured his deal, which I'm pretty sure, Chiefs Kingdom has obviously seen. But those of you that, obviously don't follow us, what are you even doing here if you don't? But anyways, Patrick Mahomes restructured his deal and freed up about 27 in cap space. So I do, and remember, Chris Jones' first year, I believe the cap hit this year is only going to be $7 million. It's like 7.1, so which is nothing. So yeah, we got some cash. But anyways, he's going to play under the $19 million franchise tag, and that some people strongly believe so. Now, I'm a little confused. I believe the cap space is manipulated at times because we did free up about, it was 9 to 11 million, something like that, from the MVS release. If we do trade Ljarius Sneed, yeah, the draft picks, yeah, if we get a second round, somehow we get a first round, yeah, that's cool. But that's still going to leave a hole in our cornerback room, and that is now just another extra hole that we have, right? So, because remember, I mean, safety's thin, D-line, we're not going to have Charles Minahu, so D-line's D-line's thin. Edge is thin. Corners would then be thin, right? Linebackers aren't necessarily thin, but it's pretty thin. We still need a tackle. We still need a left tackle. Not entirely sure what we're doing there. And honestly, we still need a wide receiver because Hollywood Brown is on a 1-year deal. So, we're going to have to, next year, we're going to have to pay Creed Humphrey, Trey Smith, possibly Joe Thuney again. So, yeah, we can't go all in. So, this year. So, yeah. That new segment I was talking about earlier, which we'll go ahead and move on. That new segment, it's called He Got Jacked Up. They jacked him up. Who are we talking about? Keenan Allen, fellas. Keenan Allen got jacked up. I don't care what y'all say. Oh boy, who be talking? If y'all know Keenan Allen, he's a receiver from the Chargers. He ain't won anything, but he's continuously he's been quiet lately because now he's starting to realize that, well, we're the new dynasty and he's doesn't have a ring, period. Doesn't even have an AFC championship, which he's realized. But about a year or two ago, and for a while, he was completely running his mouth, flapping his gums about the fact that our corners ain't nothing, our defense ain't nothing, da-da-da-da. He was constantly talking. Well, I find it funny that he's being traded to not the Browns. He's being traded to the Bears for a 4th-round draft pick, which is crumbs on the floor. And the Browns ain't gonna do anything. They can draft Caleb. It's not gonna make a difference. Justin Fields remains. It's not gonna make a difference. The Bears aren't gonna do anything. Period. Maybe they will in the future, but their front office needs a lot of work. And I'm not sure you can necessarily fix a front office. Starts with the owners. But, Bears are in shambles, fellas. And Keenan Allen, enjoy your tenure with the Bears. Yeah. So that's your segment on, dang, he got jacked up. So yeah, but that's pretty much all I got today, fellas. Can't wait to watch this offense again now. And I will throw out there, I am going to stick by us picking a first round. We're going receiver or tackle, and it could be tackle or receiver, but it's one of the two. I do think that we are going. Well, I once again, I got to dig in, guys. I can't lie to you. I've been researching. I haven't dove fully in, but I do think that Xavier Worthy regardless of what anybody says. Yeah, there's a lot of talk out there, man, about how he can't route run. He has a lot of drop passes. Now we'll get to the drop pass. First of all, he's a way better route runner than people are giving him credit for. If you don't think that he can run routes, I don't know what you're watching. I don't know what film you're watching, and you must not know how to gauge someone if you can't realize that someone with that much speed and lateral quickness, which he tested high for as well, can't run routes. Now, yeah, I mean, I can understand you have a route tree, right? But he has also a pretty good and underrated route tree. Go watch the film and don't just watch highlights. Go watch him in games, please. Now, the drop passes, okay? He had 5 drops last year, which is, it's up there, right? Let's not forget, Rashee Rice had about 5 drops, maybe a little less, this previous season. And Rashee Rice turned into a monster. Go watch the drops. A lot of them are focus drops, which are very fixable, man. You guys got to understand that when someone drops the ball, there's certain type of drops, man. You got drops where, you can't track the ball, whatever the wicket. We won't get into all that. But he actually tracks the ball very well. Once again, watch the film. Okay? A lot of them are focus drops, which is he's trying to turn and run. Which, if you go back and you realize the Texas had a horrible defense. So Texas, they were trying to do too much. They're trying to do too much. And that, a lot of the drops, go back and watch Rashee Rice. In the beginning of the season, he dropped at least 1 pass a game. And then guess what? He didn't drop 1 ball after that. He didn't drop anything. They're fixable, bro. Period. Think about that for a second. Someone that fast. He's also got size. Now, yeah, he needs to hit the weight room, but look at Devontae Smith. Okay? Devontae Smith is the exact same body type. Period. And he's beyond successful. Now, I had one guy say, "Oh, he didn't win. Devontae Smith won a Heisman." Yeah, who was throwing Devontae Smith the ball? Jalen Hurts was throwing Devontae Smith the ball. Oh, they had to worry about the running game, right? The boxes were stacked practically every game against Jalen Hurts and Devontae Smith. Yeah, right. We tend to forget about those types of things. So, yeah, guys, Xavier Worthy is official. And I promise you, wherever he goes, he's going to be successful. And I do hope that we draft Xavier Worthy. And I do not care what anyone says. And when the season starts, I will speak on him when he's shredding defenses. Okay, we'll come back to this. All right? Or you guys can shred me if he's not shredding defenses. But, I do think that we should take Xavier Worthy round 1, 32 pick. Don't care what no one says. Unless there is a tackle worth getting at round 1, which it is said to be tackles are going all the way through round 2. So, now I will say, obviously, we're at need. If we don't re-sign Donovan Smith, obviously, I'm going to tell you straight up, Wanya Morris, I don't like knocking no one that plays for the Chiefs, and I love everyone that plays for the Chiefs. And this is no knock to Wanya Morris, but judging off of what I seen last year, there was upside, but he ain't ready yet, fam. That Raiders game, he got mauled. He was being mauled. So he's not ready yet, period. Wanya Morris is not ready to step in and start. I would not feel comfortable with that. Now, if we re-sign Donovan Smith, look, Donovan Smith, we won a Super Bowl with him, and he wasn't necessarily, he was about a step of an upgrade over Orlando Brown. Maybe not necessarily in the run game, but he was a slight step over Orlando Brown Jr., period. So we can run that back another year. You know what I'm saying? Find our tackle elsewhere. Or some in the next draft. Either way, if we don't, because obviously I do believe we're obviously going tackle, but You don't draft a tackle first round. That's, that could be a hit or miss. And even from judging from our history, Eric Fisher, which I loved Eric Fisher later on. I mean, his last 2 years, but everyone knows that was a bad first round draft pick. So I didn't want to make this too long, fellers, but yeah, I do believe we need to go Xavier Worthy round 1, period. I don't care what anybody says. And you guys will see when the season starts, whatever team he's on, why I said this. So, but other than that, it depends. It also, I will say, it also does depend on what tackles fall at 32. So once again, guys, I'm going to have a whole video on that. I just kind of got into a rant about Xavier Worthy because I am hearing a lot of people that clearly don't know how to watch film give their takes. Now, like I said, there is a possibility the drops are somewhat of an issue, but I can assure you that he's no Kadarius Toney. No offense, but I can assure you that. So that's all I got for you guys today, fellas. This is the Arrow Podcast. I am Michael Chaos. Like, subscribe, comment, hit that notification bell. Help me help you, man, so I can keep these rocking. Deuces.
We running out of time. 1-5, catch me in the end.